All right, good morning, everybody, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you're logging in from. This is our Saturday live Up2Give presentation. My name is Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here today. We had a lot of exciting things happening this week. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to cover a couple of the announcements that were made that I've been waiting for since the beginning of this business. As a disclaimer, I am not the co-owner or CEO of Up2Give. I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I'm simply one of you. You know, this year I celebrate 22 years in the home-based business direct selling industry. I failed my first 10 years, but I never gave up. I kept pushing forward. The last 10 years or so, I've had tremendous success. I was able to walk off my job and retire by the age of 36 years old. I've been working from home ever since, and that has served me and my family well with coronavirus here because my lifestyle hasn't changed much because I still work from home. And I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that you're literally just one decision away from making a huge impact and difference in your life. And that's what I love about this business of Up2Give, because its design and motto is for philanthropy and charity and to help others. And the more people you help, the more you're going to end up helping yourself. And it's very much needed in this time in the world that we're living in right now. So I got introduced to this by a good friend that said, Brandon, we're putting together a company that is right up your field of expertise, dealing with blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of years. However, our focus is going to be on education, philanthropy, and charity. And our motto is, let's be different. So let's talk about that. At Up2Give, we have a strong moral, integral, and purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. We're standing on 4 pillars. The first is philanthropy. We are focused on creating a culture of worldwide giving. The second is education. Reward those who give while teaching them the value behind growing personally. The third is banking. Bank the unbanked through our giving. And the fourth is personal causes. Create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. We have built a model where people from around the world can come together, get educated, banked, and skilled on the principles of philanthropy and EQ, emotional intelligence, while creating a culture of global giving. During the education process, we will be teaching members how to utilize one of our tools for contributing called the Giving Box. This will allow us to fulfill the purpose of our core principles, as well as help contribute to the stories being shared in our community to engage the social revolution part of our culture. Here are some examples of our target areas of focus. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of U.S. adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. Banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. Health. Currently, nearly 1 billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. In fact, we have some 3.8 billion people who lack access to basic health care. Housing. Currently, over 850 million people, more than the population of the U.S. and the European Union combined, are living in informal settlements. So what is our ultimate goal? It's simply to empower you and people around the world to contribute toward anyone's cause in our ecosystem, whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps someone in your family, your church, your country, your community. It really doesn't matter how big or small that vision or mission is. We will bring the nations together to help support those causes. And with our model being a model of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up2Give family will be there for you. Up2Give is a global correlation movement. So how does someone get educated in our ecosystem? Well, we partnered with a company called Success Training Institute. This institute offers cutting-edge soft skills training in audio and video format on topics such as leadership, customer service, professional development, personal development, sales, team building, HR management, management training, and much, much more. In fact, you can take additional courses to get certified in on things like how to improve your brand and learn self-discipline, goal setting and time management, maintaining focus and empathy. And since we're all supposed to be practicing social distancing, how about learning social skills mastery? You know, I've spent 6 figures in my career on my own personal development because these are skills that are not taught in school. Here we're offering that with Success Training Institute for $32. It's unbelievable. We're going to offer you state-of-the-art soft skills training designed for individuals, companies, and entrepreneurs. Here you can improve your skills in less than 10 minutes per day. Another pillar we're standing on is the banking industry. We partner, the reason why is because we have 1.7 billion people in the world that are currently unbanked. And if you don't have access to a bank account, whether you like the financial system or not, you are locked out. No line of credit, no ability to get a personal or a business loan so that you can pass down to your family members. So we partner with a company called Ooh La La that wants to bring to you the future of banking. Be the first to send and receive money for a fraction of the cost. Access microcredit offers from your favorite retailers, pay bills with ease, build credit, enjoy online shopping, and take charge of your financial future with our exclusive Ooh La La partnership without the need of having a bank account. Ooh La La is a full-service financial solution designed to empower communities. With Ooh La La, you're going to be able to facilitate and accelerate financial inclusion, build a global credit score, and with our microcredit offers, help the unbanked and underbanked community to build their credit history. Another pillar we're standing on is personal causes. This is the backbone of what Up2Give is all about. So what are personal causes? We want to create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. So let me ask you a question. What if I were to tell you, what are you excited about? What projects are you currently working on? What causes out there would you love to have a little bit of help with? What's your passion? And what if I were able to tell you that we have a program that has a community of individuals where you're able to display whatever that cause is and receive contributions to make it a reality? Would that be okay with you? That's what Up2Give is all about. Your cause could be anything from, I'm just trying to get myself out of debt. You know, because of coronavirus, I've been laid off, and now the government in the United States, well, we're running out of our stimulus package. It ends at the end of July, and I don't know what I'm going to do in August. I need a little bit of help. I might be part of a church organization or a mosque or synagogue, and we're not, because of social distancing, we cannot connect. So the tithing is low. You might be part of an orphanage, or, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. It's your cause. We currently have in our community more than 50,000 causes and growing. Here's an example of a cause: providing safe shelter to homeless and abused women and children in crisis. So when you have your cause figured out, you'll be able to upload an image and a description of what the cause is all about on the website. And when anybody sees that cause and it touches their hearts, they feel inclined to, they can contribute towards your cause, not to Up2Give, directly towards your cause. That's what this is all about. Here's an example of another one: the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Breast cancer research saves lives, and research is the reason. So how does someone get started? Well, the first thing you're going to do is get back to the person who invited you. They're going to give you the website link so you can set up an account, and you make your monthly payment of $32 a month. And that is towards your membership to STI, which, by the way, is more than half off original price. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to contribute to other personal causes in the community. How much? Well, we're talking in Bitcoin. So if you're not familiar with Bitcoin, we're going to assume that Bitcoin is at $10,000 a coin. Right now, last I checked, it was $9,500, so it's very close. So you're going to contribute 0.0025 Bitcoin. That's about $25 worth of Bitcoin to personal causes. And the third thing you're going to do is share with at least 2 people to join the community with you and do the same thing. If you can follow these 3 steps, you're going to have great success with Up2Give. So here's the sign-up process and experience. Let's say you're Maria in California. She shares a link with John. John's in London, and the moment he clicks on her link, the first thing he's going to see is her story. Now, once John reads her story, he's going to be given 2 options to contribute to the community by either joining the community or just supporting Maria's cause. Once John has clicked to join, the system will take him to the registration page where he can add his basic information. Now, let's talk about John's experience. John now has 14 days free in the Up2Give community. What does this mean? John has the opportunity to experience our back office and ecosystem. John could take the sample courses we have available in our Up2Give Academy portal powered by STI. John has enough time to decide to become a member or simply contribute to Maria's cause, because you have the option to simply contribute and not join the community. Now let's assume that John decides to join Maria's journey. John has before the 14th day midnight to pay a $32 member fee in Bitcoin for the activation of his education program at the Up2Give Academy. He'll have a story page and a user link to share, and the moment he contributes to Up2Give causes during that same period of time, he becomes a ground zero member of the Giving Box. Now, the Giving Box has 6 stages to it, broken up into 64 steps. Now, the more we contribute to each other in the Giving Box, the more Up2Give is going to contribute back as well, and it happens in stages. So, for example, when you complete stage 3, Up2Give is going to give you a debit card so that you can start monetizing the Bitcoin that you've been given through our ecosystem. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world where so many people lack the opportunity to own a debit card. That's our partnership with Ooh La La. When you complete stage 4, you're going to have the option of choosing from 12 different cause-driven programs, and this is separate from the cause that you created for yourself. This one is company-backed because the company is going to help you to make this thing go viral, and it's going to contribute a maximum of about $1,500 to this cause, fulfilling our social revolution part of our 4 pillars. When you complete stage 5, coronavirus allowing, Up2Give is going to reward you with an all-expense paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world are going to come to teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, and charitable causes. When you complete stage 6, Up2Give requires you to give about 12.5% back to the community and the ecosystem. See, this isn't one of those things, oh, the people at the top are receiving the most. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true everywhere. However, here, they're also contributing the most. And this fulfills the desire of our CEO to be able to have a program in place that allows you to receive more resources so that you can become a philanthropist and help others. Everybody loves to give back to charity. The problem is most people don't have the resources to do much of anything about it. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. In the United States, the average American doesn't even have $1,000 in their savings account. The average American cannot afford a $400 emergency without going into debt if it were to happen to them today. So what Up2Give is all about is putting you in a position so that you can do more than pay an extra $1 at the grocery store to charity. But you can do something impactful. Now, how does Up2Give strive to be compliant? Well, number one, Up2Give does not touch the Bitcoin of anybody. How many times have you seen companies out there that say, give us all your Bitcoin, you cannot withdraw for 8 months to a year, kind of like in a contract with them, but we're going to trade on your behalf and we guarantee you 1% to 2% a day on your money. And at the beginning, people make money. It's exciting until the owners run off with everybody's Bitcoin before you have a chance to withdraw. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of seeing those things, and I'm starting to see a rash of them popping up right now. See, Up2Give does not touch the Bitcoin. This is peer-to-peer. Have you ever gotten in an Uber or a Lyft before? That vehicle is not owned by the taxi company. Have you ever stayed in an Airbnb? That property is not owned by a hotel chain. See, we're taking advantage of the greatest financial revolution the world has ever seen with blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin for three reasons, for those of you who are not familiar with it. And amazingly, a report just came out in the United States that some of the agencies have recognized Bitcoin as official form of money. Huge news. I just saw it yesterday. But number one, it is decentralized. What does that mean? It means that it's not controlled by a government, a business, a bank, or a CEO. So it cannot be manipulated. It cannot be changed. Can't be touched. The second reason is that it is universal in value. So it doesn't matter if we've got Andy from Thailand, we've got people from Detroit. It doesn't matter where in the world you are, the Bitcoin value remains the same. Doesn't have borders. And the third reason is that it's permissionless. See, when you normally travel, you cannot travel country to country with more than $10,000 cash on you. You can't do cross-border payments without going through a lengthy process and paying a high fee. See, here, you can send Bitcoin anywhere you want around the world as easy as sending an email without the need of a bank, Western Union, or a bank wire transfer, almost instantaneous with a small minimum fee. The only thing that Up2Give gets is the $32 a month to operate as a company, and that goes towards your membership to STI. Number two, Up2Give is a major contributor in collective causes, and that is our partnership or our stage 4. And number three, Up2Give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities such as churches, mosques, and synagogues is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more they give each other, the more they receive. So what do you receive for the $32 a month? An entire ecosystem that will allow you to share your story to the world through our Up2Give.com blog. Access to our global education community at the Up2Give Academy, powered by STI. Access to the Giving Box, which allows you to be part of our community blog and social revolution stories that are inspired by the members' philanthropical culture and cause-driven movement. And rewards for giving back to the community and their causes, which allows Up2Give to partner with you and create stories of our own when you start reaching stage 4 and above. So how does the contributing work? Let's talk about the Giving Box and understand that this is just one tool within Up2Give. So far, we've talked about STI, which is priceless, Ooh La La, which is world-changing, and now the Giving Box. And this is not a compensation plan. It is a voluntary tool designed so that you can increase your resources to help more causes and at the same time improve the lives of those who participate. We have something unique called the Global Community Line. This is not a matrix. This is not a binary. This is not my team, your team, their team, her team. It is one team, one community, where we all help to benefit each other. So when you pay your $32 at Up2Give and you contribute to personal causes in the Up2Give community, it's about $25 worth of Bitcoin, you're going to enter ground zero. Now there's 64 steps. Every step you will be contributing and you'll be receiving. And the higher up you go on the steps, the more you will contribute and the more you will receive. But this is where you start. Now the goal at this point is to share with at least 2 people, because that's what's needed for you to move to the next step. At least 2 people who do the same thing. Now you contributed $25 Bitcoin. You're now going to receive $50 worth. So not only did you receive 100% of what you contributed, but you doubled it. Now the goal is to continue to move forward. Now you contribute those $50 worth of Bitcoin. This moves you into step 1. The whole goal is to get to the next step. So now that you're in step 1, you help the 2 people that you brought on board to do the same thing you did. Share with 2 people. When they do that, they're now going to enter step 1 by contributing $50 worth of Bitcoin each. You now receive $100 worth of Bitcoin, which then moves you into step 2, and the global community line will begin to kick in. Now, the AI system is going to actively monitor all of your personals and their activity, and it's designed to make sure that everybody receives something from step 2 beyond. However, the system is going to actively reward those of you who continue to share with more people and help out the members that you brought on board to move through the steps. So to qualify to get to step 2, you share with 2 and you teach them how to do the same thing. But there is no limit on how many people you can share, because you're going to receive contributions from every person you share this with on ground 0 and step 1. So when you get to step 2, the very next person to enter step 2 after you, and it could be from your own personal network, or it can be from anywhere around the world. It doesn't matter. They could be in a different country. They're going to be part of your global community line, which means you're going to start to receive contributions from people you do not even know. But the system's going to fast track those who are helping others. So in the giving box, once we get to step 2, and stage 2 as represented here is steps 2 through 4 added up, because there's no way I can do and show all 64 steps. We'll be here all day. So steps 2 through 4 combined, you're qualified to receive up to $562 worth of Bitcoin. You'll be contributing $275 worth back, and you're keeping $287 worth of Bitcoin. You get to stage 3, which is steps 5 through 12. Once you contribute, you're now keeping $1,300 worth of Bitcoin. Remember, as you move through the steps and stages, the more contributions you get. On stage 4, which is steps 13 through 25 combined, you're now receiving more than 1 whole Bitcoin. Stage 5, you're now receiving and keeping in your wallet 1.67 Bitcoin after contributions. At $10,000 a coin, that is $16,700 worth of Bitcoin. Stage 6, which is steps 36 through 64, 15 Bitcoin. Now, how fast can you go through all 64 steps? That's completely dependent on you and the global community line, because you sharing with 2 who share with 2 is not going to equal 15 Bitcoin. It's going to take the entire community to help make this happen. But to qualify to get to step 2, you share with 2, you teach them how to do the same thing. To continue through all 64 steps, you want to help at least one person go through the steps with you. Qualify. One person. Now, once you get to step 64, you're contributing more than anybody. But who are you contributing back to? Everybody else in the community that's right behind you. Because you're going to have the option now of coming right back into the giving box on stage 2 and doing it all over again. Now only you're helping those same people who helped you. You're helping them go through the 64 steps. So it's never this that one person at the top always is there. As a community, everybody helps everybody. So what if it took you 2 years to go through all 64 steps? That's still $75,000 worth of Bitcoin every year. But when this thing really starts going, because I think we're close to 13,000 members in the giving box, wait till we get to about 40,000, 50,000 and more. You'll have individuals going through these 64 steps 2 or 3 times a month. It starts to speed up. But we're brand new. We just got started. So let's recap on how all this happens. You paid your $32 at Up2Give. You contributed to personal causes in the community about $25 worth of Bitcoin. You shared with at least 2 individuals who did the same thing you did. And now you're qualified to receive Bitcoin towards your cause and purpose. And we have something that's called the Up2Give More initiative. What this is about is we understand that when somebody sees something, a business opportunity or anything they want to get involved in, one of their main concerns is the risk. Am I going to lose all my money? Well, here's the cost of doing business. Since this is still July, from now through the rest of the year, the cost is $217 from now to the rest of the year. If you share with 3 individuals, because you can share with more than just 2, you received from Ground Zero and Stage 1 a total of $225. That is more than the cost of you doing business for the rest of the year. But we take it even a step further, because if you do have 3 personally enrolled members, we're going to erase your monthly membership fee of $32. How about that? So there is no more financial risk. None. From this point, if you're willing to go to work, if you're looking for a get rich quick, that's not what this is. If you're looking for something without having to do anything, that's not what this is. You have to do work. But there's more, because we want to reward you for the work that you do. What if you share with more than 3? What if you share with 10? See, you're going to say, well, it might take me a while to get through all 64 steps of the giving box. That's okay, because you can still receive a lot of contributions towards your causes from the first 2 steps. 10 people on Ground Zero on Stage 1 is $750. What if you share it with 20 or more? I shared it with 70 in my first week, and we didn't have this when I got started. So there's no limit. Now, that's the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, and at this point, there's 2 types of people who see the presentation. The first type of person says, Brandon, I am all in. I'm ready to go. I might even have some questions. Stick around, because I have some updates to share. You have not seen 100% of what Up2Give is all about. You've only seen part of it. And now you got the announcements earlier this week from our CEO. The second type of person says, Brandon, this is not for me. That's okay. It's not for everybody. You might even think you don't have the time because you're doing something else. One thing I'm here to tell you is that Up2Give is not designed to pull you away from anything that you're currently doing or that you want to do. You want to be a part of other things? That's fine. Up2Give is designed to enhance whatever it is that you're doing with the services that Up2Give offers. It's going to enhance anything else that you're doing. It's not this or. But I understand it's not for you. Get back to the person who invited you. Ask to see their cause. And do them a favor and help them in their plan B and contribute to their cause. You're not contributing to Up2Give. You're contributing directly to their cause. Do them that favor. And then please find a plan B of your own. Find a plan B of your own. A plan B is no longer considered a luxury, a hobby, or extracurricular activity. A plan B today is considered a necessity. If you don't have a plan B, you are really at risk. I don't think I need to highlight what's going on in the world right now. We're all experiencing it. But I believe in what Jim Rohn says. Build a financial wall around your family so high that nothing can penetrate it, so that you can ride out any storm. We have no control over the storm. We do have control on how we're able to respond to it. And some of you are going to come out stronger and in better position than before, based on the decisions you make and the actions you take today. But to do that, you've also got to follow what Les Brown says. You must be willing to do the things today others won't do, in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. So if this is not your plan B, then please find something else. As a disclaimer, this is a brand new opportunity with minimum data. Yeah, we've been around for 7 months, but we haven't even been here a year yet. This is not a 6-month fly-by-night Ponzi scheme. If that was the case, we'd be out of business. We haven't even begun. We want to make sure everything that we do is compliant, following all the laws and jurisdictions of where we're at. We have members in more than 50 countries. It might be way more than that now. We've had more than 60,000 people that's come through our door around the world. We want to make sure when you go to sleep tonight and when you wake up tomorrow, the company is still here. We haven't even gotten our feet wet in this yet. We've just been testing this out, perfecting it, getting it to where we are today. So we will not allow income claims. Yeah, I know that's the opposite of what you see out there. People want to entice you to join a business based on how much money you can make. That's not what we are about. We will not allow income claims. And even though that this is a business for philanthropy and charity, we're not running a welfare center. Your success depends on you. Now, let me give you guys some of the good updates. If you haven't been paying attention or you didn't hear about them earlier this week. Number one, the Ooh La La cards you're already going to see in your back office that you can order. Wait till you receive the company email with instructions, because some of you guys are founders, some of you guys hit stage 3, some of you are brand new, so there's going to be instructions on how to order your card and get it in your hand. Founders and stage 3 people get it for free. Everybody else, you can either wait till you get to stage 3 or you can order the card for $25. In the United States, I think it's like 12 days for it to get to you because you got to go through the KYC process. International, I think it's 25 days before, once you order the card, it comes in your mailbox. The Ooh La La card is what I'm talking about. Another announcement made was that we have partnerships. We brought on Mr. Troy Dooley, who's bringing on more connections for us. The details of that was not announced this week, so I'm not at liberty to share. But what I can tell you is that there's a retail side for Up2Give called Up2Give Extreme. That's going to allow you to sell services and receive commissions for doing so and building a network and a team. So this is separate from the giving box. So it's another way for you to receive resources. That is what I am most excited about. There's still another thing that was not mentioned this week that I am even more excited about. Been in the making for years. You guys will see. We'll have a whole lot underneath one umbrella. And those of you that are early, getting in right now, and I would strongly urge before August 15th, because that's the target date for the pre-launch of this. We have a brand new back office. You'll see a new compensation structure set up for the Up2Give Extreme. I'm just going to call it the Extreme. I cannot pronounce U2G. I want to say T. U2G Extreme. Very, very exciting time. This is what we've been waiting for and what we've been working towards. Jerry Lopez and the corporate has been working hard behind the scenes to make all of this possible and compliant. That's the biggest key for me. Compliant. What I look for. So with that, I am doing another presentation tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It won't be as detailed as this, but I'm doing that tonight. And then tomorrow we have our leadership call at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. That's a design so that we have new members that's joined, that we get together once a week to go over what's taken place over the past week, hear some from members on what's going on in their business, give some recognition and recognize new members, and talk about the game plan for the new upcoming week. All is invited for that. It's not my team. It's for everybody. And then I will do another presentation tomorrow night, same time, so you don't have to explain this business. What you do is invite. You invite and let somebody like myself or Michelle Whitby, Chris Hanks, and other presenters present the opportunity for you. We've got presentations taking place, I think now daily. Daily. I do them every day except Friday. And then we've added in new presentations. You can look on the calendar for all those days. I think they gave away $100 worth of Bitcoin yesterday. So you definitely want to plug in to what's going on. So with that, thank you guys for joining us today. I hope this has made sense. I look forward to working with those of you who decide to join us. Our journey is just now beginning. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles. God bless. Stay safe. See you tonight. Bye-bye.